What's up, guys? Tim in the North from Northern Gaming here. Today we have match number 2 of round 1 for the Choppa League Cup, Dacetacular Gaming for a Cause. We have an interesting match today. So our players here in red, EXB, is Eric. You will hear me refer to him as Eric from now on. That's who I'm talking about. Just BXB is a little different and is also housed at the moment. Philly fanatic and has a phobia of boars. And Gibby here, part man, part bird. Not the good kind. But this is an interesting match. And it's interesting because these two players have historically not really gotten along too well in our matches we've done online when we've practiced against Extreme AI. We'll say Eric is very, he was definitely the lowest ELO of the tournament, and Gibby is probably somewhere around my rank, maybe a little bit lower, maybe like low 1000s to 900s ELO. Has just a strong understanding of real-time strategy games in general, and Eric plays and has fun. That's all that matters at the end of the day, right? So we say Eric has a phobia of boars. Eric has historically had Vils die to boars trying to bring them into town center. So let's see if we have a Robert Baratheon here. Pulling him back. He's gotten practice in, so I expect this to go better. There's only 3 Vils here on this boar, so this could be a problem. All right, he's got him. Okay. So Eric gets a bad rap for boars, and this match, Gibby had offered Eric to have a plus 100 handicap bonus. So Eric's villagers are going to be very efficient, and his units are going to do a lot of damage. This is interesting. I'm looking forward to see how this goes. What was that? Was that just a house, or was it? What did we have out there? It was the mill? He should have left the mill there. He got those chickens. All those chickens. There's a... Yeah, so this is... I'm looking forward to this. So just keep in mind that Eric has a 100 plus handicap bonus here. So both players have opted for straggler trees. Excuse me, I would say neither one is necessarily following a build order at the moment. 6 on wood for Gibby as Chinese, and I will give Gibby some credit here. Playing as Chinese has a unique start to it, since you don't start with any food. Gibby may have had a 5% bonus, so I didn't see how much food he started with, but he might have had a little bit of food. But nonetheless, Chinese do have a little bit more of an awkward start compared to the other civs, so you know, it is what it is. Gibby is bringing the boar in. Good job. Pretty close to the town center. We still have a boar here, and we have our normal interface back for capture aid. So I'm grateful for that. I think it's because the last game I was technically in the party, causing 3 players on 3 different teams, which caused that debacle. So it's nice to see the screen as it was. So with the 100% bonus, Eric is just slightly ahead in res collected. The idle TC time is pretty bad for both players, but remember, Gibby is Chinese, so we expect to see some idle time there. I don't believe he grabbed loom. This is loom, isn't it? So maybe he did grab loom. So Gibby bringing in the second boar. Eric has not brought in the second boar yet. Will he grab these Vils? So a little bit of path blocking there to save the Vil. Closer to the town center. So not bad. Not bad. Eric is going up to feudal age with appears to be 19 Vils. Oh, he made military? Oh, he made military. He made militia. Okay. He's also got his scout out here. This is, you know, oh boy. He's gonna lose this. No, he's not gonna lose. Bill, how about that? This is not a good spot to eat that boar, but he didn't lose the Vil. No, he did lose somebody. He lost it. He lost Eco here. Hold on. We will come back where we're at, like 9 minutes. We'll come back to 9 minutes. Keep an eye on here. This is a David versus Goliath matchup here, except for David has lots of protein, creatine, and probably some tren. Another HGH. Oh yeah, this Vil's toast. So we'll be making sure Robert Baratheon there has some milk of the poppy. Just let him die. All right, we'll speed this back up to 9 minutes. That is a lot of militia there. So Gibby has jumped ahead in res collected. So a more efficient eco. This is not going to speed up Eric's economy at all. Taking that boar right there. So these units also get a little bit more, well, 100% more damage, I think, right? So they're doing double the damage they would do. So they're probably just going to absolutely wreck anything they come across. Gibby is still trying to get out of Feudal Age with 27 Vils. Early investment into stone, probably hoping for a castle to get the Jukanus. And yep, here comes Eric. Marching across, raw militia, not even going man at arms. This is a man on a mission here. He knows where Gibby is. The scout has already spotted the walls. And he's going for it. We have no military upgrades in this engagement. Gibby is starting to seed farms. Eric has yet to lay down a farm. He's got 14 on food. Where are they all at? On berries? They're all on berries. Well, 12. Oh, and two on the board behind the tree. Okay. So Eric is gonna run out of food soon. He does have plenty of wood. He's spending wood right now. All right, he's getting some farms down. All right. So he's gonna have long-term food income now. Gibby has not reacted to this yet. And you know what? I probably wouldn't either. Well, I mean, that wall's... it's dropping a little bit. I'd probably put a house there. Okay, Gibby's throwing barracks down. He's throwing 3 down. While he doesn't have the economy to run all 3 of them, he's going for it. He's gonna feed those soldiers stone. Idle TC time is up to 2 minutes for Eric and 1 minute for Gibby. Gibby's managed to balance that and flatline it since we started. So pretty good for Gibby. A lot of idle eco though here. I think he's trying to get buildings down. I think he's in a little bit of a panic, grabbing wheelbarrow right now. I think we just need the resources. These 2 men-at-arms are going to get absolutely destroyed by their equivalents on the other side because, as I said, they're on a lot of protein, creatine, and steroids. We do have 4 spearmen. I'm assuming Gibby won with those because he's out of gold and cannot produce man-at-arms right now. He's housed at 35. He's also idling the TC, so I think Gibby is in somewhat of a panic mode right now. Oh, he has the stables going down, but the spearmen aren't going to care about that. There is a lot of military here from Eric right now. 11 spearmen, 9 9 militia. I mean, this is not your typical this is not your typical arena game. We are almost through here. We're down to the last 100 HP on that wall. Gibby is trying to produce more spearmen. Still has nobody on gold. We've been housed for quite a while over here. Probably should have dropped some houses here and built a second wall. But I think they would tear through the wall pretty quick. And we're in. Does Gibby know? I mean, does Eric realize this yet? I think Gibby knows that the wall's down. These guys really hate stone walls. What are we doing back here? Oh, whoa. Wanted to zoom out. Still more military production, and he's in. He realizes he's through, and we're gonna have an engagement here. This is not, like I said, this is not your typical arena match here. Gibby's units will fall fast. So he's on to taking out military buildings. Okay, wise to park them off to the side, but unfortunately spearmen are not going to be the option here. Yes, rang the 10 bell. Perfect. Get them into the TC. We're going to have a lot of vills coming back to the TC here. They're all going to be hanging out underneath there because there's not going to be enough chairs in the central hall for them to sit in. Yeah, if it wasn't for the handicap bonus, maybe we'd be better off having his vills fight. But, wow. Heavy losses for Eric at this point, but I mean, do you care? He's up to 800 stone. He could castle drop. He's got archers coming in now. Oh boy, this is not looking good. This is not looking good for Gibby. Bill's trying to get more wood going, but Gibby wishes he was in Castle Age right now. He's sitting on 1,000 stone. But the town center is going to clear this up. But there is just a trickle of military units coming into Gibby's base here. Send them back to work, Gibby. Get those resources. You gotta get up to Castle Age. I don't know. I mean, skirms don't like point blank combat. We have more militia coming in. Alright, so Eric is up to Castle Age. He's sitting on 2,000 food, just casually just chilling there. Oh man. This is gonna be too much for the spearmen, and Gibby's in trouble as more military will be coming back into his base. Almost double the resources now. He's more than doubled. He's up to 14,000 resources collected. So I think Gibby is regretting at this point the decision to cough up 100% handicap. Okay, back to the town center, letting the town center do some of the work. I mean, it's a good idea. If he's gonna fight under the TC, you take that damage. Pull him back, Gibby. Pull him back. Boy, look at this military. He's got 22 military units on the field, and he is just going to keep Gibby out of Castle Age at this rate. A lot on stone. Okay, so he does have a bunch of units on gold. So he will have the economy for Castle Age units. That's for sure. He's sitting on 41 vills to Gibby's 31. Eric really should have gone after some of these production buildings, but I think it was more about delivering a message this match that those deaths to those boars would not be laughed at after this match. That's for sure. Also, I'm gonna have to get back to the rest of the league and let them know that chickens are a source of food. They have not played since the new patch, so this is news to them. So I want to make sure that they're all on the same page, that these are consumable, and for a good bit too. 65. So quite the force here for Eric, allowing Gibby to climb back a little bit here. Gibby's grabbing forging. He's obviously thinking about trying to survive his way to get up to Castle Age, because he is not going to have the resource. Oh, he's now using the market. Good. He's selling off some of that stone that he's not going to need. Buying some food. He's trying to buy his way into Castle Age, but he overbought. Oh, no, he's good. He's got the gold. All right. So he's on his way to Castle Age, and Eric has grabbed Man-at-Arms, and he's going after the buildings. Gibby could garrison a couple vills here and probably take out that Man-at-Arms right there. He really should garrison right here. All right. We're gonna have some arrow fire. Will Gibby survive this engagement? There is just a constant flow of military. Jesus, 50 some units for Eric at this point. I think we know how this one's going to end. This has been pretty rough. 100% handicap was certainly too much. Those arrows are just not doing enough damage. Even if he had fletching, I don't know if it would be enough to stop this. My god. There's just a constant stream. Eric did a really good job at producing units here, I have to be honest. Yeah, he did really well at keeping units coming out. This town center is right down to its like almost like last quarter of its health. And he made it to Castle Age. He doesn't have the stone to drop a castle at this point though. Unfortunately, he sold all that to get up to Castle Age. And he's repairing the town center. Oh, he's repairing the town center. And he's gonna burn through all his wood. He's down to 0 wood. He's only got food and gold and a dying dream right now. That town center is going to go down most likely. Eric is still just riding these these units raw. No upgrades for them. The town center is going to clear this again, but I think he's got 5 on. He's sending 5 to stone, which he's got crossbows now. Well, they're not going to do too well against town center fire. They're cav archers. Yeah, they're fodder at this point. Okay, Eric has dwindled on units. So if Gibby can regain his economy here and get some people on wood, he might be able to do something with this. He really put himself in a bad spot selling all that stone. I mean, obviously he needed to get up to Castle Age probably, but yeah, it's just this is a lot to come back to from, say. Missing the farm upgrade. Well, we do have double bid axe. Oh boy. There are a lot of cav archers on the way and crossbowmen. There's just so many resources being floated. We're at 33,000 resources collected. Gibby got himself a castle foundation at this point. There's chickens in the way. There we go. So I would say it's a pretty good spot to put the castle. I probably would have put it right up against the wall, though, just to completely have blocked that hole at this point. Gibby wants to try to get that unique unit out on the field, and I don't blame him. But he's going to need gold and wood for that. He's moving up to Imperial Age. He did it all with one town center, but it's because the Vills are just gathering resources so much faster. And those spearmen will take care of the cav archer. So Gibby's got himself a little bit of defense here, but you know, with Imperial Age on the way, Trebs will likely be coming to knock on his door. And that's probably how Eric will try to put the game away. We'll see. We'll see. With all that's happened, we've only had 3 eco deaths. We've been targeting buildings, not the economy. This would be enough to take Gibby out right here, probably. Well, I guess not with the castle fire though. This could be tough to come through because we don't have any of the armor upgrades for these units. Gibby is idled his town center up to 16 minutes, but I think it's largely because the economy has been so paused. It's been tough trying to get food or farms reseeded, especially when the town center was repaired. But yeah, there's more military here gathering for Eric at this point. He's grabbing all the upgrades. I don't know if he's gonna have to worry about fortified walls at this point, but he is grabbing forging, so his melee units will have a bit more damage, which would be good for the longswordsman, I guess. I was always got batards. And samurai. He's got samurai mixed into here. Yeah, there they are. Let's go. Oh my god, he's just... Give me all the trebs. Eric just said, give me all the trebs. Give me your finest trebs with the spinning rims. All right, so Eric marches onto Gibby's fortifications here, and even with this castle, and one Chukanu, I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't know if there's gonna be much for Gibby here. He's just gonna roll this castle like, geez, just base tank it. Let's go. All right, he's running by it. I thought he was just gonna try to take this thing down. Trebs are on the way though. One Treb is there. All these all these units are just gonna sit in what are those diagrams? This is ouch, this really hurts, and this is death. He just detonated a Batard just standing here. This town center is done. Town center's toast. There's a castle, and like I said, I think he might just base tank this castle. All right, there's the, oh my god, 3 Trebs. That's the magic number, right? Gibby calls the GG. Hats off to Eric for his win. In the famous words of Michael Scott, the battle of David versus Goliath, David always wins. But believe it or not, Gibby is the one who will be advancing to the next rounds. Eric is not going to be able to schedule any more matches, so Gibby is actually going to be able to advance, but still wanted to upload this one. It was funny. Like I said, a bit of a grudge match because Eric does have a history of dying to town center boars, and we got to see one of those in this match. But I know Gibby Eric got to live his dream in taking down Gibby. So that's gonna do it for me, guys. For now, feel free to like, comment, consider subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next match. Peace.